Good afternoon, Hazur. Obviously, as a retired journalist, I'm most anxious that communication should always be clear and fresh and informative. Is there enough resolve, I would like to ask you, in all religions? Can they truly live side by side, showing each other the reciprocal respect needed? Much good, yet much bad in certain quarters has been done in the name of religion. However, I would like to ask you, are we growing up a little in our attitudes towards religion? Might it be that the all-embracing God, in his magnificence, can in fact be one and the same person, whether it be Muslim, Buddhist, Christian, whatever? A God who might entertain all religions purely to meet the different and specific needs of all peoples throughout the world. There's an old Scottish border saying, Hazur, east or west, hame is best. I pray we are at home with each other.
Thank you. Now, I didn't know that I was expected to answer so many questions.
I'm sorry.
But no, you're not at all, you shouldn't be sorry. I'm glad you gave me this opportunity, but I would like you to take them up one after the other, so that we can cover this very important ground which you have already covered.
Yeah.
The first part of the question was answered by you yourself when you said reciprocal.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see any goodwill flowing from the leaders of religions, of one religion, to the leaders of another religion. And they are supposed to be the custodians of their religious values. So most of the hostile criticism flows from the leadership of religion everywhere.
Yes.
So when you say reciprocal, the word reciprocal becomes very dangerous. You know, the same attitude will be returned. So apart from that, I would like you to take up the questions one after the other, please. The other questions, your large question covered.
Well, really the one that has motivated myself as a person brought up as a Christian, Presbyterian Church of Scotland.
That's right.
It's possibly the last part. I have in my mind that a God
About God
is magnificent
and
enough to cater for all.
universality. Yes.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
really that is
That's again is
encapsulates
the central
it.
point.
Yes.
If one is satisfied with the answer of this question, then all the relevant questions are answered at the same time. According to Islam, God has to be the same one universal God, in the sense that in the universe we do not see any contradiction. In the laws of nature, there is not the slightest contradiction. So how could this universe be the creation of many gods? This is the point which the Holy Quran raises particularly and reminds the mankind that if the universe had been shared by different gods, each one would have tried to run away with the part it played. This is exactly according to human nature and the basic psyche of ego. So, according to the Quran, the laws of nature all point at one and single creator. This is the point which has been observed by various scientists in different fields, and they do not find any contradiction whatsoever. The theory of unified field also results from this basic concept that there has to be one law governing the entire universe. And the scientists begin to suspect that that is so. Only they are trying to find out evidence, and more evidence is flowing from the scientists to the layman that it is so. There is just one law. What that law is, that is the question. In my opinion, that is the gravitational force. And the gravitational force itself indicates to a sort of ego. You want to draw everything towards you, amass everything, and become one with the entire universe. It is this force which has resulted in the progress of evolution and later on human progress, until the man began to visualize a universal God and attempted to be at one with Him, who represented the entire universe. So this sense of ego grew from man and descended from God, and that ultimately resulted in the unity of both from one point of view, and the unity of mankind from another point of view. Now this should be the answer to, in my opinion, the correct answer to your question, and what I am going to say is based on this. Now if I am right, then it is impossible for us to visualize a God who give different teachings to different people. Teachings which are contradictory. So there is no question of contradictory religions trying to find a means to get together and to come to a compromise. If there is reason for them to compromise, they have to be false. And if they are false, they are not from the same God. That is one corollary. And the second is that God is unchangeable, they must have changed. So if they have changed, what is their worth? Why to follow them? Why not find the pristine purity of religion it emanated from God? And it is exactly this view which I hold very strongly, that God revealed Himself to all the religious founders of all times, exactly as He revealed to others at all times in the fundamentals of religion. I am not talking of the peripheral area of growth which occurs in every religion later on. I am talking of the fundamental religious concept which must have been revealed by God to all the founders. Why not try to reach that point and resolve our differences from that point of view? And in that you have to travel back to the origin of Christianity, to the origin of Judaism, to the origin of Abrahamic faith, and so on and so forth. So when you reach that through your study of the original literature, not the outgrowth of literature which you find today, but the original literature of the time, then I am quite sure you will come to understand my answer, which I think explains everything about the unity of God and the unity of mankind. Thank you.
Thank you.